What's going on, y'all? Jacob with JDQ Transportation, and I got my new student, Captain Dave.
Hey y'all, how you doing?
I had one student, but that didn't really work out, and I'm not going to get into that on YouTube. So, my dispatcher ended up calling me a few days ago about Captain Dave here. So, what brought you to prom?
Well, I worked for years. I had 3 careers. I was an Army officer during Desert Storm, got out of the Army, worked in retail management for about 15 years, Sam's Clubs and Home Depots, and then I went back to school and became a nurse, and for the last 15 years I've been a nurse at the VA, and actually just retiring. I'm retiring right now from the VA, and I probably could have worked a few more years, but there's just a lot going on, in our government, and there's many things that kind of forced my hand and made me decide to leave a little early, and never had considered trucking, but here I am. I'm several months into it now. It's been a long road. I came up for orientation in 1st of September and was here for a few weeks and got COVID, and sent me home for a month, and recovered, got those antibodies, good to go now. And then I came back and got on the truck with Eric from Driver Line Up, and he was my trainer for, I'm not sure how long, but for about 20,000 miles. And then home again. I've been home for a month, and getting on the truck with Jacob, and we're gonna knock it out, get my last 10,000 miles, and then gonna go back in and upgrade. And my wife's in orientation right now, and we're gonna be team driving eventually. So
awesome.
That's my story.
So what brought you to Prime? What ultimately made you choose Prime over all the other companies?
Well, like so many people, I watched a lot of videos once I started thinking about trucking and considering where I wanted to go, and I found out the ones that have training programs and that hire new drivers, and just started checking things off on my checklist about what was important to me and the things that I needed. One of which was a good training program.
Right.
The fact that they do make allowances for people who want to come in that are a little older and that want a team, with their spouse. And so the recruiters really worked with both myself and Brooke to set up a plan to make it happen quickly. And so I came in first, got my CDL, finishing up my miles, and then after I'm driving for a while, I'll come in and take the trainer course, and I'll be able to take my wife out and be her TNT trainer.
Awesome. So how's your training experience been so far?
It's been great. I could not have asked for it to have been any better. My PSD trainer was Twisted Big D, Daniel Cox, great guy. I watched his videos, and I knew that he was a good trainer. He came highly recommended. I contacted him and through YouTube and said, hey, I'm coming to Springfield, was wondering if you'd be willing to train me. And he said, yeah, sure. So we worked it out. He got me on his list. I came up for orientation, rolled right into to PSD, and of course then I got sick, and he did too. We both got COVID at the same time. So those kind of things happen in life, and if there's one thing I've learned in my time, not just in trucking but in life, is that you just have to roll with the punches no matter what happens. I never thought that I would have started my adventure back in September, and here it is in February, and I'm still not done with TNT.
Right.
Through no fault of my own or anybody else's. It's just things happen, curves happen, and we've just adjusted, and so it's funny that after being at home for a month, my wife and I left the exact same day. Brooke left the house this morning and is headed up to Springfield to do orientation. And Jacob met me here in North Central Florida. I'm on his truck, and just really excited to finish up my training.
Understandable. So yeah, talking about curveballs, I've had a couple thrown at me since I started training, and Captain Dave here heard the stories. I think he's heard the major one, but I'm not going to get into any of it. But I picked this one student up, and we ran for right at 3 weeks. And then they ended up having to go home to deal with family reasons, which, is that true or not? I don't know. But something happened on the way home, and it just led me to the decision that I'm not going to allow that student back on my truck. And so I ran solo. We dropped them off, and then I ended up going to Pennsylvania to go deliver a load, and I ran for a few days up in the Northeast, went up to Maine, finally knocked the last state in the lower 48 that I haven't hit yet. So I've officially been everywhere now. And then went back down to PA, then to West Virginia, back up to PA, and then my dispatcher called me, asked me if I'd want to take Captain Dave on as a student. I said, yeah, let's go. So routed me down to Florida. 2-3 days later, I got here, just finished my 34-hour reset, and we were ready to rock and roll about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. So I know Captain Dave's itching to hear this story, so
yeah,
we're up in
about the story, and now I finally get to hear it.
So I'm one of the times I'm up in PA, I'm up in Pittston picking up this load that's going to Maine. And me and a friend of mine I just took a shower, I put my shower bag back in the truck, and me and my friend's eating lunch. So we're walking back to my truck because we're going to hit up this little vape shop. We're going to take my truck and bobtail to this little vape shop that's in Wilkes-Barre, I think it is. And so we're walking back to my truck. I have a to-go box with some mozzarella sticks in my left hand. On top of that to-go box is one of them little clear containers with a brownie in it. And I have a large cup, about this size, but styrofoam of Mountain Dew in my right hand. And I'm walking, and we just walking along, and we just passed by his truck, and he's turning looking because his tarps wasn't strapped down. He forgot to strap them down on his catwalk. We're in the bobtail area in Pittston, if any of y'all know how that's set up. So we're walking in between two trucks, and my body stops moving, but my feet keep going. So I'm on my way down to the ground. So I drop what was in my left hand, being the box of mozzarella sticks and the brownie. Somehow the container with the brownie in it got thrown. It hits the ground, opens up, the brownie fucking bounces underneath a truck. I do a half spin, land on my right hip, and then I'm just covered in Mountain Dew.
Oh man.
And so my buddy's right there, he's asking me, you alright? You alright? You okay? Talk to me. What's wrong? You alright? And I'm trying to hold my finger up, tell him to shut up for a second, because I can't talk because I'm laughing so much at this point. I'm about to pass out from lack of oxygen. Apparently on the way down, I slapped with my left hand the truck I was next to, trying to catch myself, and he thought I hit my head. So, and then what I was most pissed off about is I lost the brownie that I didn't even take a bite of yet. It hit the ground, opened up, and bounced underneath the truck, and I'm not going fishing for a brownie. So I stand up. Shit, I gotta change my clothes I just changed into because I'm full of Mountain Dew. Where the hell is my brownie? So I'm telling y'all, so you know those commercials that make people look stupid, like with the expandable hose, like how the hell you get tangled in the water hose trying to roll it up?
Right.
So it's that level of kind of stupidity.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So if they would make a commercial for the snow chains you put on the bottom of your boots, I would be the star of that commercial with that fall I made because it was so comical. Like, it was to the point where I called the security office in Pittston to see if they caught it on their security cameras. So I'm asking him all these questions. He said, I don't think our cameras can see in between the trucks. Why are you asking so many questions? So I told him about my cartoon level fall, and he said, motherfucker, are you okay? Yeah, the only thing that hurts my pride. I'm good. Oh my, but it was so funny. Anything else you want to talk about?
That, you know, hey, no, that's classic. I mean, I've done those kinds of things before, and man, you deal with the weather and the snow and the ice and that kind of thing, and you just never going to know. That I've had a lot of near misses in my short time trying to just cross the parking lot and get into the truck stop. So I'm with you, man.
So
could have easily
watch your step.
Watch your step. Yep. Yeah.
Well, I think that's about it for now. We'll probably end up updating y'all here in a few days as we get into his few days on my truck.
Yeah, we're gonna hit it hard, and we're gonna get some quality training.
Yes, sir.
And 2 weeks, 2.5, maybe 3 weeks, we'll be in. I'll be in to upgrade, catch up with my wife. And Jacob will meet her when we go in. We'll go out to dinner and roll down the road. But I'm happy to be here. Again, couldn't be happier being at Prime, even with all the setbacks. I'm ready to roll, and we're gonna make it happen.
Right. Man, after we get Dave here finished, as soon as we finish, I'm going my ass to the house. Because I've been out since the day after Christmas, and it's mid-February now, so it's it's gonna be time to go home for
That's a long time.
for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
But I think that's about it, huh?
That's it, brother.
Thank y'all for watching. Y'all drive safe.
Take care.
Peace.